no pressure. So Kelly's going to showcase the problem that they attacked very quickly, and then one great input. Now, there's many other Mentimeter inputs that each group is doing. We're going to distribute those tomorrow, okay? So you're all going to get that feedback. We can talk about what you did in your group over drinks and hors d'oeuvres over at Elephant Castle. So your question, Kelly, and one really scintillating input that you got from your group. Yeah.
Okay. The question we tackled was number 4, around if we have new structures and the structures that we need. And after good conversation across a variety of topics, we highlighted the following: the need for a body to coordinate agencies to pull tech through commercialization, recognizing the disconnects there and making those priorities visible. And federal-state alignment around incentives and incentive structures, incentives for bringing products to market, for example, a bonus payment, and organizing the strategy around those key products.
I think those were 2 things, not just one, but they were both great ones. Thank you. She was fast. Let's hear it for Kelly. Thank you. From this entire group. All right. Susan.
Okay, I've been known to talk fast, so here we go. So first of all, thank you to Group 2 for their conversation. We also had question number 4 about new national structures to solve issues. So lots of different things thrown out. I think the main point is looking at alignment of demand signals of federal programs with state programs with what industry is talking about. So a lot more focus on a public-private type partnership that can get those demand signals lined up and look at funding through that structure that is more long-term, whether that's more bonds, something that can be more robust to administrative allocations. Is that fast enough?
Thank you. And Nepal.
So we had question 3, which is assuming existing structures remain unchanged, how can federal agency interventions be better aligned? And I think we realized that that's absolutely impossible to do. So we answered question number 4. And by the way, we didn't even know we were answering question number 4. We just realized that question number 3 was impossible. And it really is because you have political appointees and career people that are setting policy. Political appointees are temporary, and career people not really sure how much to lean into certain things because of that temporary nature. And what we came back to was that there is no coordinating effort, there is no tip of the spear, there is no North Star. And because of that, all the agencies are going to do what they think is best, which is all well-intentioned, but it doesn't serve industry and it doesn't serve what needs to be served. And so it really became, how do you get this into legislation? How do we have federal legislation that says we're going to have a manufacturing initiative, which mandates that there has to be state legislation that follows that? And the best way to do that is with funding, and right, to say that if your state adopts this, you get funding, but you also have to match the funding, you also have to coordinate efforts at the state level, and you also have to show industry support. So the whole idea was if we had federal legislation that said we're going to have a national manufacturing mandate that required the states to have legislation. If you don't have it, you don't get the funding for manufacturing to do that. And then you need to bring industry to the table to support all of that. We might have a shot to bring everybody together.
All in this group, thank you guys. Good work. Don.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody at Group 1. We did not come up with a scintillating answer. What we did do is, unlike everybody else, we thought we'd be different and we'd go after question number 1. And so how should AMCC and other national intermediaries organize to educate on the need for stronger structures that can advance progress? Number 1, we all said we need to understand what the priorities are. And so we said, tell you what, for now, let's assume AMCC got them right, okay? Then we said, well, we need to understand who should be involved. And, we came up with, hey, that can happen pretty quick. We can figure out all these intermediaries. The real question is, how do you get them together? How do you get them to talk? And, that's where we almost punted on this. And we said, well, tell you what, we need a collaborative collective to get together. We have some examples here at the table where we're able to get people together, and you had to fight it out. So it calls for some organization to stand up like AMCC or somebody to take the lead and say, tell you what, we got some groundwork here that's already been done. We don't need to replow everything. But what we do need to do is we do need to get different associations together at national level. So Matt and David and company, they've got ASME here. They got SME here. But we don't have all of them here. That's where the inventory helps. Pull them together and say, here's the need. The need is we are not doing well. We got a case for change, but we don't have a coordinated collective. So that's where we said we need a coordinated collective. We're dumping it back on Matt and David's shoulders on pulling them together.
Thank you, Don, and thanks to the whole group, and thanks everybody for folks that came today. We really appreciate you guys leaning in and giving that intense engagement, because that's what it's going to take.